I hear God saying something big is gonna happen. I hear him whisper, just keep your eyes on me. He's getting ready to open doors no man can shut. He's getting ready to tear down every wall that's been holding you up. So don't lose faith, now don't turn away. Keep your heart steady in the place you pray, because what he promised is on its way, and the blessing's closer than it's ever been today. Something big is gonna happen in your life. God is getting ready to turn it all around. Something good is gonna make it right. Chains will break and favor will abound. So lift your head, lift your eyes. He's moving right before your eyes. Something big is gonna happen. God's turning it around.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to A Safe Place for Sisters podcast. I am your host tonight, Cassandra Person. Carla is unable to be with us tonight, but we will continue forward. Truly, I'm excited about tonight. I have a wonderful guest, someone very dear to my heart, and you'll get the opportunity to meet her very soon. But in way of announcements, we are having Sisters Haven is sponsoring a community brunch, and we're inviting you out on March the 28th, starting at 10 a.m. It's going to be a great, exciting event, but it also will be an informative event. It will be the opportunity that we will share with the community what our mission is, the services we offer, what our goals and the projects that we're currently working on. So please come out and support. Tickets are $20. Even if you can't make it, we ask that you will support our cause. We are definitely, God is blessing us and raising us up here in Northampton County, and we're looking to have a great impact. Women, we do have you in mind. You are the reason that this ministry was created with you in mind. One of the projects that we're currently working on is our housing project, and we're actually looking for sponsors. Those that will want to sponsor our housing project that we're planning to build right here in Pendleton, where we're actually planning to build, a community in a community. Sometimes my mind is thinking faster than my tongue. A community within a community where we will provide affordable housing for women that are being released from incarceration, just as well as women in the surrounding community. So if you are a builder, a contractor, if you want to donate some of the items that we need septic tanks, we need bricks, we need laborers. And we definitely need monetary means. So any way you can be a blessing to Sisters Haven, we ask that you would do so. You can make your donations, send your donations to Cash App, where it's Sisters Haven Cash App, or you can send it to PayPal. PayPal is the same thing, Sisters Haven. So please consider that. And however you really want to be a blessing, it may not be monetary for you. It may not be donations as far as the items that we need. You may just have a creative idea how we can complete this project. We're open. You can send us an email at sissafeplace@gmail.com. We welcome your input. This is not for us. This is for the community. We really see the need for this in the communities within Northampton County. So we ask that you would get with us and help us bring this project to full manifestation. Now that I completed the announcements, I have a wonderful guest. Actually, she was my previous supervisor, and we are now just really good friends. And I'm so appreciative to have you tonight, Jessica. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, good evening. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here with you, Miss Person. I know you want me to call you Cassandra, but you know how it is.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm definitely honored when I got the message earlier to ask me to be on the show. So I was like, why not? Why not?
Yes.
You know, anything that I can do to support you, I'm here. So
Well, you
a little bit about me is a great question. So I'll start off when I was in high school, which wasn't too long ago, may I add. I had my first child because I am a mother. I'm the mom of two, and I had my first daughter when I was in high school. So
okay.
for the young people that's in high school struggling with different things, I get it. I understand it. I had my daughter in 99 and I graduated in 2000. So I've been that single mom in school. So I definitely understand that piece of life. Um, After that, fast forward a little bit, I met the love of my life, um, who is now still the love of my life. We've been together for 20 plus years. Damien, I met him, and after him, I had a son with him. So I have a son. I'm a mom. I work for the Virginia Department of Corrections. I've did a lot of things in my life as far as jobs, and first and foremost, I'm a child of God. So that's a little
Well,
bit about
that's that. And I thank you. You kind of fast forwarded on me. Let's go back. Let's
me.
go
Okay,
back to being that single parent because actually we have similar stories. My firstborn, I was actually in the 12th grade at the time that I conceived him just as well. So I do understand that. But let's talk about how did you get through? So in so many cases, women make the decision to withdraw from school and maybe
and it's
later
easy.
go back. But what kept you going,
Easy to-
ma'am?
I said that's the easy thing to do, to withdraw and just kind of take yourself out of that predicament. And you think that it will make your life easier. But it was a help of family. Without my mom and my dad at that time, I don't know how I would have, how I made it through because my daughter's father was not active. So I was a
Okay.
single parent. I was doing everything by myself.
Wow. Wow. So that support system being in place was vitally
Absolutely.
important at that time. Okay. All right. Okay. So prior to meeting Damien, come on here, catch us up. What else happened in your life?
I lost two sisters. One of them, well, both of them was after him. So after I had a little bit before I had my son, I lost one of my sisters. She was in a car accident where it had rained a whole lot, and then she went in the river and it had over flooded. She didn't see the bridge, and she got caught in there. And before she knew it, she couldn't get out. So I lost her, and then I had my son in the middle, and then I lost my other sister after he was born. He was like probably two. Um, and that was a struggle because I never wanted to be the only kid. You know, sometimes people be like, "Oh my God, I wish I was the only kid." I never wanted to be the only child. Like I have half sisters or sisters from my father. But with my mom, it was only three of us, and losing them was like losing a part of me.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's a lot of times now where I want to pick up the phone and be like, "Oh, did you see that TikTok or that Facebook post?" But they're no longer here. So definitely, if you have family, please cherish every moment. Life is so short.
So tell me, Jessica, how were you able to keep it together or more so pull it together after experiencing such tragic such a tragic experience? Yes, ma'am.
Again, the
Such a
support system
tragedy.
I had, my kids, it's like you have to, and my sisters had kids. So it's like I had to keep it together for them because I had to be the strength that they needed. Because now their mom is gone, like, oh, what do I do now? Even though they had their fathers in their lives, but their mom, like the rock, was gone. So I had to keep myself together for my nieces and nephews.
Okay. All right. Being under your leadership, first of all, first of all, uh, the day of the interview, what I noticed about you were that you were really focused. You really focused in like you were really interested. Sometimes when you go through interviews, people are looking down or doodling or something. You can tell they're really distracted, but you really zoomed in on me. And it gave me the encouragement to continue to respond to the questions that I was being asked. I think if you recall, the interview was over so quick. I can remember Mr. Johnson saying, "Whoa, we finished already." But I appreciate you so, because not only did you decide that I would be the right candidate for that, but then when you welcome me to the team, you are very strong on unity. You are very strong on oneness and togetherness. Do you think your life experience caused your heart to be so cultivated to being one and becoming more like a family rather than just co-workers? Because that's actually what we became.
Yes, ma'am. And absolutely. I think that all tragedies have their purpose. So I think that that was this purpose, because I do recall coming. I recall the interview being quick, but it was also like a conversation. You made it easy to focus, and you brought the boldness in the room. So you know how you can just walk in a room and you're demanding the attention, and you don't even know that you have that with you. And I think that being that it is National Women's Month, I think that not only women alone, but Black women, when you walk in the room, sometimes we have to conceal that boldness or put it in a box, because we don't want to intimidate anybody, or we don't want to, we got to turn. We don't want to, cause any disruption. Sometimes just you walking in the room is disruption. It's okay to disrupt. Chaos is needed sometimes.
I know, right? Oh, but what you might didn't know, I used to sit in the team meetings, and I just admired how you carried them out. You didn't back up. You didn't take down, what we needed to do. You put it out there, and you allowed us to share feedback, concerning whatever the assignment was. But at the end of the day, it was still understood that that's what we need to do. So if there was ever a strong supervisor in my life, you have definitely been it. And I was sitting there learning, like, okay, it amazes me that out of all the teams that are there in the training at the academy, that the Lord blessed that I would be on that integrated leadership team. Mm-hmm. And the reason why that is a blessing is because I was learning how to lead sitting on that team. Mm-hmm. It was so much watching you, watching our interaction. It was, and that doesn't even include the material that we had to train from, that we had to cover in those different courses. So you're talking about a young lady that came in fragile, lacking confidence, because at the time, just going through so much, had been through so much. But God had a plan. He had a plan. And that's why I do believe that I was selected to be on that specific team, because it was a part of his plan to develop us and to get us where it is he wants us to go. So I commend you. If ever there was a strong Black woman as a supervisor, as a leader, that not only talk the talk, but you walk the walk. And then to allow us to get close so that I could see you even behind the scenes when you weren't in front of the group. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. So where did it come from? Where did you get, where did you learn how to carry it out in such a way? Who actually groomed Jessica?
Oh, nice question. And before I answer that question, I learned a lot from you as well, like how to be humble and how to know when, okay, not right now. Because if you remember some of our conversations, you'd be like, yeah, you fight, but Not right now. Like, you don't need to, don't
Right,
give it
right
to him.
now.
Don't be bold right now. We need you to be quiet. Don't be bold right now. 'Cause, you know, I could come in, guns blazing, but you would always say, not right now. Like, wait a minute, hold on. Put it in a
Yes,
box. Not right
ma'am.
now. But I definitely learned a lot from my prior supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Rogers taught me a whole lot. He was my supervisor. And then Sharon Morris, who had been with the department for a long time. I watched
Yes,
that lady
ma'am.
be the same way, be that boldness and that oneness all at the same time. Well, I'm making a statement, but I'm not saying anything. I've seen her do that over and over and over again. So I've learned throughout my career what to do and what not to do, when to talk and when not to talk. But I also have those moments and I have those individuals around me that say, hey, look, now's not the time to be bold. Not right now. Like, contain that for right now. And then, you know, sometimes you got to comply now and discuss it later. So, life is
Yeah.
not sometimes, so it's hard to contain that.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you know, we gotta admit too and look at the field that we're in. At one time, it wasn't a lot of us there.
Mhm.
And I mean, it wasn't a lot of Black women in those roles. You know, you even look at the entire department, just look at the correctional facilities. One time, women were not correctional officers. So we're steady what? Crossing boundaries. We're steady walking through doors and other doors that are still opening. And really, audience, we just want to encourage you this month because sometimes we limit ourselves because of our gender. But actually, look, I'm a firm believer that if God be for you, He's more than the world against us. And it is up to Him whether that door opens or whether that door remains shut. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just glad that He has put certain people in place so that what? Each one can reach one. You know, when I came through, you were reaching for me. And I needed that at that time. You know what I'm saying? And I can remember Jessica just saying, I'm glad to be in the room. When you would go around and say last comments, final comments, I say, I'm just glad to be in the room. Because I understood that it was not because I was so intelligent. It wasn't because I had so much knowledge. It wasn't even because of my skills. It was simply the opportunity that He gave me to put me in the room so that I could contribute, but also what? Glean. So I'm assuming Miss Morris took you in close. Come on,
Yeah.
talk to me about that. She brought
Actually,
you in
the
close. Uh-huh.
the same way that you said that I kind of focused in on you, that's what she did to me. And she took
Yes.
me back to when I first became a supervisor in the department. I hadn't even got to the academy yet. And I had to go through a class, and she was my facilitator that day. And she said, you came in and you tried to take over my class. I still remember that day. So we laughed about that in the interview. But after I got the job, she challenged me in so many ways. I'm talking about curriculum ways, presentation skills. Like, she challenged me so much and helped form me into the person I am today. And I watch her lead from the back, because you don't always have to be in the front to lead. She could walk in a room and you would know she's a supervisor of somebody in here because of how she
Uh-huh.
carries herself. But she could never say it. You know, she was just that. She just
Yes.
had that persona about her.
Yeah. And so what I'm gathering from that is that somebody needs us in some capacity. If it's nothing else, a smile. If it could be a good morning. Just being acknowledged, just being respected. And I do believe the difference that we are to make versus any others is when one get to that level, don't forget how
Mm-hmm.
you got there. And also, too, how can you make a difference in bringing somebody else along and not
Mm-hmm.
be threatened by each other? We got to learn to what? Celebrate each other.
That's
Celebrate each
powerful.
other. Go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
That's powerful. That's celebration for each other. It's quick for females, Black females, to talk about the next one, but we gotta come together. Like, we have to. It's almost our place now. We have to come together. Just because you got a new car, you got a new job, why can't I celebrate you as one female to the other? So I think that's really
Yes.
lacking, and we got to do better.
Yeah, and be able to sit in the room together. And
We talk about these
I'm
called
not
issues, and
intimidated
not,
by you because I
mhm,
know that you have my what best interest at heart. You know,
mhm.
even when it's those hard days and you have to give that correction, just take it with a grain of salt, knowing that I have what your best interest at heart. You know, being developed. I'm quite sure Mr. Rogers had many talks with you. I remember when he said something to me. I'm like, what? What did I do?
He had his ways. Now he was a supervisor who challenged me and made me go find the answer. Like I know the answer, but I'm not going to give you the answer. I need you to go find the answer. I need you to know
Yeah.
the answer. I need you to know where to get it from because you're gonna have to get that information to somebody else. So if I give it all to you, you're not gonna have anything to research. Number one, know where to go to find it. Number two, and know how to tell somebody else how to go find it. So he made me do a lot of research and a lot of reading and a lot of things I didn't want to do because I know he had the answer already.
Yes, ma'am. Well, look at what happened. Look at what the end result is. You're still there. You're able to what continue to flow in your field, and you're well knowledgeable of what is required of you. So that's important. It's about the next person. It can't just be about us. We're not going to live forever. But when we leave here, we have to be able to look back and what? Say, hey, I left my what? I left my fingerprint. I left a great impact within the what? Within the community, and especially amongst each others. You know, I had an opportunity some years ago. I won't say the facility, but I worked at this certain facility, and I noticed up front there were all well majority. There were majority Caucasian women, and I'm not prejudiced, so stay with me. Don't shoot me yet. Let me finish this. Uh, Nearby, I was attending a church nearby, and the pastor decided we would be in the community parade. So the parade was right up the road from the facility. And so while we're marching in the parade, just I'm looking around, and I'm like, just about everybody on their porches work at this facility. And guess what? They were Caucasian. And you know what it said to me? That they know how to say, hey, we got to open it. Come on here. Let me pull you in. Come
Mm-hmm.
on. We got to open it. Let me pull you in. And sometimes we just have a problem with that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But if we would just learn to celebrate each other the more and not be threatened by each other, how much further along we can be. And in
Mm-hmm.
fact, I'm not even saying if we could, I'm trying to encourage the audience that that's what we need to do. You know, I think about that group that I think it is in Georgia that they're actually building their own community where everything they need will be in that community. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, the power in what? Oneness, the power in
Mm-hmm.
unity. Yes,
Yep.
ma'am. Yeah. So,
Very important.
right about now, uh, at the academy, I noticed that there's been a changing somewhat of the guards.
Yes.
Newer staff, newer supervisors are coming, younger supervisors. How are you making a difference in their lives?
Being a resource, having my
Mm-hmm.
door open. Like whenever you need anything, no matter the question. Some people don't ask questions because it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to bother anybody. Let me try to find it on my own. Um, just being a resource, being available, making myself available to them. And even if they don't come to me, because I know some people, I was one of those people like, well, I don't want to bother nobody. Let me just see if I can find the answer. So I go to them and like, hey, you need help with this, you need help with that. Know that I'm here. If you need me, send me an email. So just reassuring them that I'm here to help them and support them in any way. Because if they win, I win, we all win. So instead of
Yes.
me keeping, oh, it ain't my team, I ain't got to worry about it. Like, no, if the academy loses, then we all lose together. So one win is everybody win. So making myself available and being a resource to them.
All right. Um, Share with us what are your goals next? What do you want to achieve? Where do you see yourself going? And
Hmm.
it can be spiritually, or it can be naturally, or it can be both.
I always say, when I introduce myself and talk to people in training, that I don't know what I want to be when I grow up, because I literally, the department is so vast that
Yeah.
you can kind of be whatever you want to be, as long as you are taking the time and you're putting all the resources and effort into it. You can be wherever you want to be, wherever you see yourself. So the goal shouldn't be contained in a box. So at the current time, I'm thinking about exploring something maybe in the human resource field. I definitely want to go back to school and gain some certificates and maybe get a
Mhm.
degree. But yeah, I think I want to explore the human resource field at the current time.
Oh, wow. You said don't limit yourself. Don't put it in a box.
Mhm. I
You know, and you said when you grow up, I used to
yeah,
always say, when I grow up, I want to be like that one. I realize now I should have been so quick to say who I wanted to be like. But it's good because along the way, as long as you continue to remain so people oriented and outgoing, you will fit in any arena. It's much needed. Tonight I was thinking last night, and I was thinking about doing the podcast on anger, because we have so many folks that are frustrated in the world today. And it's
Mhm.
been an increase in women committing violent assaults. And I didn't go with that subject because, number one, we're here to celebrate each other. However, we still do need to make sure that we're conscious of not being so quick to what? To attack one another, not being so quick to hurt one another. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, Lord, what difference when I see a case or something occurred? I'm like, who dropped that individual? Who
Mhm.
did not reach for that individual? I heard you say that since your sister transitioned, you're there for her children. And
Mhm.
that's good. That means they haven't been what? Dropped.
That's
They
right.
will
Yeah.
get the love and the nourishment and the care and the supervision that they need. What? From you. You stepped up to the plate. And we do know that it used to be this way. It actually used to be that way. And now, you can tell that we're so divided, and my heart goes out. I'm not saying that I understand why it occurred. I'm not saying that, she's all at fault, because we don't know what people go through. We don't know what people have endured before they get to their what? To their breaking point. So I just want to encourage you tonight, continue to do what you do. I mean, we're in a mean world. So to greet a smiling
Right.
face, to greet someone that's helpful and sincere in helping, oh yeah, it's much needed now. Much
That
needed.
is much needed. Much
Yes,
needed.
ma'am.
I think as people, we need to figure out, not only the anger part, but why couldn't I think about, how do I have a crucial conversation with another individual before I get to that anger part?
Yes,
How
ma'am.
do I have
Yes,
that
ma'am.
conflict? How do I deal with that conflict first before I get to the point where I'm going to hurt you or harm you or something of that sort? You need to be
Yes,
able to
ma'am.
have those conversations, whether it be with your sister, your brother, your cousin, your aunt, your whoever, your mom, your dad, being able to have those conversations and letting it be a healthy conversation. Because
Yeah.
all conflict isn't unhealthy. I mean, you can have healthy conflict that has an amazing outcome. So I think that
Yes,
if
ma'am.
we get to, how do I get from not being angry or being angry to the point I want to hurt somebody? If I rewind, how can I change that so I don't put myself in harm's way and I don't harm anybody else?
And also too, to add to that, what example are we setting for our children?
Hmm.
What example as women are we setting for our daughters?
Yeah.
Because if all they know is mama snap, crackle, and pop, they'll
Hmm.
grow up in what? Snap, crackle, and pop. I
That's right.
actually watched this video today, and it touched me. Actually, it blessed me. And in the video, the young man was saying that his mom was a single parent, and we know the pressures that come along with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, both parties are necessary. But because of the world we live in, sometimes it's just one. It is just one. And most of the time, it is that mother. So she got the pressure of taking care of another human being just as well as learning how to what? Take care of herself. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying his mom was a single parent and she had boys. So whenever she would tell them to do something, she wouldn't talk with them or say it in a nice way. She would say it in a very aggressive, threatening way. And he said what that taught him was when he grew up, it taught him to what? Act out and be that same way. And I say that to say that sometimes we haven't learned how to communicate, Jessica. Sometimes because of life and its issues that are served, sometimes we aren't the best communicators. We know what we want to say, but it doesn't always come out the way we intended for it to. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning more and more, especially being on this podcast, that people are very, very sensitive now. They're very, very sensitive. And so people are quick to get offended and maybe misunderstand the delivery. But we just have to do better as a people, because there is another generation that's looking at us, that's coming up behind us. And obviously you had the right balance for you to be the way you are, and the things that you suffered, you still are a very friendly, helpful, open person. And that amazes me, Jessica. For real, that amazes me, because I know what you've been through. And that don't include all that you haven't shared with me, but through our conversations, I know you've been in some hard places. And to still come out and have that self-control and that pleasant way about you, it's a blessing today. It's a blessing. So you definitely are there in the right place to have a great impact, not only on your peers, but guess what? Those officers that are coming through, that are starting their career. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I take every opportunity I can to try to encourage them, because I remember it wasn't that long ago. I remember in 99. And I can tell you straight up, it wasn't nobody but the Lord that brought me through.
That's a true statement. That is definitely a true statement. And it's hard. The work that we do is hard, no matter at what capacity. The work that we do is hard. It's hard to go into an institution not knowing if you're going to come home. It's hard when you get those phone calls and something's happening, but I can't leave to come and fix whatever it is that's happening. So I get it. I get it. And I understand. So what we do is definitely a challenging job, but we do it so gracefully.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I have enjoyed you tonight. Any final comments, ma'am?
No, I don't have any final comments. I just want to thank you for allowing me to be on your podcast. Anytime that you need me to come back, we can talk about some other topics. Just let me know. Thank you all for watching us tonight.
Yes. Oh, you will be back, man. We're going to have some great panel discussions. We just getting started. So you have a wonderful night. And you all, I just want to tell you, thank you. Thank you for watching us tonight. Thank you for those that may have commented and those that will see this later on. Have a wonderful night. We look forward to next week. Thank you. Good night.